Hey guys, what's up? Hope everybody's doing good out there today, and thanks for tuning back into the channel and taking a few minutes out of your day to watch the video. Always appreciate that. And today, by popular demand, I'm going to show you my secret skirt box. Jig skirt, chatterbait, spinnerbait, buzzbait, anything that I'm using a skirt on. We've talked a little bit about this in the past. If you guys have watched my channel much, I talk about tying my own skirts. So I'm going to show you guys what I got in my box, and I'm going to show you sort of like when and where I use what, just sort of a brief tutorial on it. We'll do some more stuff later on. There's a lot more details I can go in, but I'll give you guys a sampling here. But hey, just real quick, just a few housekeeping tips to keep the bills on around here. I just wanted to remind everybody, if you guys are interested in becoming a member of the channel and supporting the channel like that, you can just go to the About section on my main YouTube page, click on to the memberships, and gives you all the information on that. I basically, it's perks for becoming members, extra videos every week, access to my personal email address for your own fishing questions. And if you really like what I'm doing here on the channel, it's a great way to support the channel. Also, if you guys are interested in an on-the-water lesson with me, shoot me a private message on my Facebook page, Randy Blockett Professional Angler, and I'll give you all the info on that. Okay, I'm going to show you my skirt tying kit here. I've been tying skirts for a long time now, probably since the early 90s. I rarely use a stock skirt from the factory, very rarely. And number one is because I don't want to use the same colors that are available to the public. A lot of times I don't like the way the skirts are tied. I don't like how many skirt layers are in them, so I tie my own skirts most all the time. Normally, if I order spinnerbaits or jigs or something like that, I order them without skirts and tie my own. So I'm going to show you my whole box here. Let's check it out. Guys, here it is. I'm going to run you through the whole box. My box is really disorganized right now. I'm actually getting ready to organize it. Getting ready to leave for the next Bassmaster Open on Smith Lake next week sometime, probably a week and a half or so. Want to get this box, but I'll sort of show you what I got here. Starting out here, right here we got live rubber. This is a brown live rubber. I use it a lot on my finesse jigs. Here's some wire tie right there and some skirt collars. Here's some of the skirt, pliers I use. I've had this forever. This is my standard skirt tying pliers right here. And here's a different type of plier here. This allows you to put jig skirts over jigs and stuff that have rattles in it, where you really need a wide opening like that on it. It opens it up. So just going through here, I'll show you sort of some of the colors I got here. Got a lot of different dark colors, like the blacks for my jigs. Got the chartreuses for spinnerbaits. Keep a lot of different variations. There's some like metallic green pumpkin. I like that for jigs. I'll sort of go through and show you everything I got here. There's like a scale pattern green pumpkin like that. Sometimes you can mix them up like that. Like you can mix see the two there, you can mix different variations of green pumpkin to sort of create some cool colors, which you can't buy off out of the store. There's another variation of green pumpkin. You can see those three laid out right here, the differences in them. And I use a lot of different variations in there. That's the big key right there. Some more there. That's a peanut butter and jelly. That's one of my favorite colors. That's really good there. More scale colors there. What we got here? There's some reds right there. Sometimes I'll use it on red, if I want to put it on a jig. There's a brown with orange flake. That's one of my favorite jig colors right there. There's like a, I guess you call it some type of a salt and pepper, more of a pearlescent spinnerbait skirt right there. There's some blue. That's sort of a secondary color on my jigs that I use sometimes. Clear, sort of a translucent clear for spinnerbait fishing. There's orange. I like to use that a lot of times on my chatterbaits and my jigs in the springtime of the year. Another variation of brown and orange, which is really good in the pre-spawn. This one there. See, black blue, use that a lot. That's just a straight up jig color, sometimes on chatterbait. There's sort of a goldish one. I use that in Florida sometimes if I'm down there. It sort of gives it a golden shiner look. What we got here? There's a metallic purple, which sometimes I like that on a jig too. That works really good. And There's another, that's a sort of a June bug color, I guess you call there. There's sort of a pearlescent blue that makes a really good, I use this in spinnerbaits, jigs, and chatterbaits sometimes. You know, it's good spinnerbait, good chartreuse for spinnerbait there. Sometimes I'll use that on the back of the black jig also. Another variation of chartreuse. Another variation of clear. Let's see, oddball, another green pumpkin stuck in there. Different color chartreuse there. More chartreuse. This is actually one Rick Clunn used to use, this color here. This is they call it a golden shiner. I got these years ago from Lucky Strike. I still have them in my box there. It's a really natural looking color in clear water. There's a white. Actually, I use white very little in anything. Most of the time I'm using some type of a translucent shad pattern. There's a bright orange I use sometimes. Dirty water. Some more sort of orange scale black on there. I really got to get in here and clean this out. And there's more of a translucent spinnerbait stuff right there. And what else we got here? More of the pearlescence and more bright chartreuse ones. So there you go. There's pretty much my skirt box. Got everything out so I can get it all cleaned up and organized right now. Most of the time, the reason this thing stays unorganized is I tie a ton of skirts, guys, in the boat, like to match the conditions hour by hour. So I'm always digging in this box and having to put it back in real quick. So it requires constant attention as far as mixing and matching it. But you can see how many I've got here. I mean, you just take a look right there. I mean, how many big pile of skirts there like that. In my opinion, there's a couple of different reasons why I like to tie my own skirts that we just talked about before. But the main thing is you can custom build a jig skirt, whether it be full-size jig, finesse jig, chatterbait, spinnerbait, buzzbait, whatever. You can custom build it exactly how you want it. I mean, if you've got specific like light intensity conditions or water visibilities, you can sit down. It takes you 2 minutes to tie a skirt to match the conditions. It really allows you to maximize your efficiency on the water. I would highly suggest you guys getting a skirt tying kit. I think it would be one of the biggest things that you can do to improve your fishing is get good at tying skirts where you can do them quick. I'm not the greatest at tying skirts as far as with wire. I'm really good at using the collars. Normally what I do with wire a lot of times is I'll put a collar on it first and then I'll wrap it with wire. Then I'll cut the collar off. It makes it a lot quicker. But we'll do some videos on that moving forward in the future. But anyway, I wanted to show you my jig box. Thanks, the first time I've ever done that before. Hope you guys learned something from it, and please hit that like button if you like the video, subscribe if you haven't, and we'll be back soon with another one. See you.